Okay, hi again. Here we are to continue setting up our rating label, right? And so far we've got the show rating 4 location, right? And it's generating a number from 0 to 4 as we swipe across the label. And what we want to do is we want to print some stars in there. And essentially we want to have a filled in solid colored star for all of the stars that are below the rating or lower, and we want to have like the outline of a star for all the stars that are the greater than the rating value. Okay, so what we'll do is this. We're gonna loop and count from 0 to 4 because we got 5 stars in our label, right? So what we'll do is we'll start with a string. Let's make a variable here called string, right? This is what we're going to display. We'll say string equals, empty string, okay? And now we're going to make a for loop that counts from 0 to 4. So we'll say for I in 0, and then you can just say, dot, 4, okay? And this means, count from this number to this number. Super easy, right? We just say for I in this range of numbers, 0 to 4, okay? And then what we'll say is hey, if I is greater than, oh wait, now we got to calculate our unit, right? Now, why don't we get that and put it in a variable? Let's say let rating equal this value right here, right? So now we've got our rating. Let's put that in a comment for now, right? So we got our rating. Now remember, this is a CG float, and we're dividing by a CG float, so we get a CG float answer, and we can option click on that and see that. This I right here is going to be an integer, so we can't really ask if this integer is less than this CG float. They both have to be integers, so we should really convert this to an int. And since we already know that we're rounding down, right, with floor, then I can be sure that this is going to be a pretty valid int, right? And so now if I option click on this guy, you'll see it says int, right? Okay, so now we can say, hey, if I is less than rating, okay, then we're going to put in, we're going to append a not filled in star, or the outline of a star. So we'll append it to the string. So what we'll do is we'll say string plus equals. This means append to the string, add to the end of the string. And what we're going to do is we're going to get our star emoji, the empty one. And then down here we'll say string plus equals, and this time we'll get the filled in star. There we go, right? So essentially, every time you move your finger or you begin a touch event, we'll call this method, we'll get the location, do some math with it, start a string, and then fill in that string with 5 characters, and it'll either be this character or this character, right? And then after the for loop is complete right here, before the function is done, but after the for loop, right, you can see this is where our for loop ends. Right here, what we'll do is we'll set the text of our label. Now, self, or this class, is a UI label, so all the properties of UI label are just right out in the open for us. We can just say text equals string. Okay, this is just like we're saying, self, which is a UI label, dot text equals, our string. So I'll do this. I'll just say text equals string, and then let's give it a try. So we'll run the simulator there, and then I'll touch, oh look, the first star filled in, and then as I drag across, the next one fills in, right? There you go. So that wasn't too difficult. It's pretty short for code, and then we've got our rating label, and what's nice about putting this in its own subclass is that if we want to modify this, we don't have to have this code mixed in with all of our other code. It's just all contained in here. And we could even keep a variable that keeps track of the rating. So we could say, var rating equals 0. And then when we set the rating here, we could say, hey, why don't we just, take the let off there and then set this value to, the rating that we set. So we're just setting the rating every time. And then, we can always ask this rating label for its rating value if we want to get the rating from it from our other code, right? So, we have this property now. There we go, right? Let's see. Yeah, and this guy should be an int. Yeah, so that's all working out. What else is cool about this? Oh, yeah. If we have the rating label as a subclass, we can make as many of these as we like, right? So if I want to make another one, I could make another UI label here and fill it in with some stars, right? I'll just get a star here. Oops, I should have got one of these. Let me copy that guy and paste him in there, right? 3, 4, 5, right? And now I could make another one of these, right? Oh yeah, in order for this one to work, I have to go up here and set the base class to rating label, right? So as soon as I set the base class, now this could also be another, kind of interactive rating label, right? So we got this one, right? And now this one does the same. Oh yeah, you know what? I forgot. I got to set user interaction enabled, right? Otherwise you can't interact with this guy. So I'll select it and I'll check the box here under properties, right? Under view, right? So it's like user interaction enabled. Let's try it again. Oh yeah, there's our other label, right? And we could do more with this. We could maybe set what the two characters are. So you could customize it to, so that it could display a different set of characters, or maybe set the maximum and minimum for the label, right? Anyway, so that gets us started on this, and that's how to subclass one of the UI view classes, and that gives you an idea on how a different method on how you might approach doing the rating buttons, okay? So anyway, thanks for watching, and good luck with that in your projects.